This is the final progress update for my Vengeance Cascade Trickster, Frost Blades Trickster, and I am going to quickly do the Twisted. It's life, damage, attack, speed, frenzy, resists, just some stuff. Been a little busy the last couple of days, did some golf. Also, yeah, I've just had a lot going on, so kind of run a couple maps, go do some real life stuff, and then run like 1 to 4 maps, and again kind of cycling through that. So the progress has been a little slow, but let's see, where are we? There we are. All right, so I could probably getting some lag. Got a vitality boon. Yeah, getting some lag here. Alright, those are done. I'm worried mostly about the lightning guy, which he looks like he's out. I'm actually gonna go deal with him first. Getting some major lag spikes here though. Oop. Don't want to be on top of that. Don't want to. There you go. And, oh. Where are you? There he is. I did. Ouch. That hurt. Okay. So not too bad. Alright. Got some stuff. I don't know if I actually want any of this, but I'll deal with that later. So that was the Twisted. Not too bad. Now, got an Orb of Conflict, which is nice. Got a few of those. Couple of those, I guess. Okay, so currently level 96. I did end up taking a while to level up, and also I died a decent amount. People asked about my deaths. I've died 129 times. To be fair though, I have been juicing the Crucible to 100% since the moment I could, like right off from the beginning of the league. So I probably had like 50 deaths before I even got to maps. That's probably not true, but I probably had like 30 or 20, something along that lines. So I've been shooting up to 100% in the Crucible, every single zone, every single map, and I haven't skipped a Crucible. So yeah, that's part of it, and a majority of those deaths are to that. And then the other thing is switching to Vengeance Cascade. I had no idea what I was doing because I'd never done this before, so I had to like drop a lot of stuff in order to get projectile speed. But as you can see, I am reasonably tanky now. Those were like, you know, decently juicy damage, attack, speed, frenzy charged Elder Guardians. So yeah, and I was able to tank all their stuff. So new stuff. So biggest new thing is Bubonic Trail. I've dropped a couple of these. I'm actually spec'd currently into Abyss. I'll probably want to get a 2-socket one so I could run another regular jewel, because currently I have a Murderous Eye jewel here, and I have an open jewel slot. So what I would do is I'd just take my mark on hit, put it up here, put like one of the extra auras up here as well, and then put the 2 remaining down here, and that way I fit both of these, and I get a whole nother jewel slot, which could be up to like 10% more damage if it's a good one. So that is the plan. But the big thing about Bubonic Trail is, well, the reservation efficiency while affected by a unique Abyss jewel. There just happens to be a really good Abyss jewel for this build, especially considering we were having a tough time reaching crit cap. I'm now way over crit cap. In fact, I almost reach it without Assassin's Mark now, which is insane. So yeah, currently I have 52 crit chance, and then when I get my inspiration charges, it goes up to 55, 68% with my diamond flask, and that's not counting Nightblade. With Nightblade up, I believe it goes up to 88% without counting Assassin's Mark, which is pretty incredible. So, and of course we could get up to 200% crit chance if we had 5 Murderous Eye jewels affecting us, but I think 3 is fine. I think you just have 1 of each. You have the unique one, Techrod's Gaze, then you have 1 rare and 1 magic. So I have this magic one with life and cold damage to attacks, and my rare one that I showed off last time with life, cold damage to attacks, and cold damage to claw attacks with damage and penetration. So I have all those going currently. Other than that, the other thing I did is I did do hits can't be evaded onto my claw. I thought a lot about the penetration thing, and I've been thinking about this a lot. First of all, we don't really need Legacy of Fury anymore. It's still nice to have. It's still very good, don't get me wrong. But because of this mastery, we don't need as much penetration. Like, I'm getting already 16, I believe. Yeah, 16 from Trinity because I didn't 21 it. And then 10% here, so that's 26. So 1 in 4 attacks, the pinnacle bosses are going to be at negative 76 resistance. And honestly, that's good enough to get really good freezes and shocks in. So I don't think it's necessary to use either Legacy of Fury. Zish, who is another content creator who I follow and everything, he was talking about this last time too, and I 100% agree. Legacy of Fury is no longer necessary. Now he's running brittle boots. I actually think this might even be better if you can I have to take the extra 2 points to get quick step to get capped on my spell suppress, and that's with 17% spell suppress and 18% on my body armor. So if you can swing the loss of spell suppression on your boots, it's really nice. And if you were going to go Legacy of Fury, you were going to have to do that anyway. This is a really nice one. The other thing is Ignite and Shock. The reduced duration of ailments on you is actually pretty nice. In combination with Soul of Abrath, which we often run when we're running Red Altars, this is 60% less duration of Ignites on you, and this gives you 56 reduced duration. So it's something like Ignites go from like a 4-second Ignite down to like a 0.7 something second Ignite. So literally cuts the damage you take from Ignites in like 1/5 of it, because it reduces the duration enough. In order to get the Ignite thrown out entirely, you have to reduce it to 0.3, similar to Freeze. However, that's not really possible. Well, it's possible, but it's not very realistic to fit into this build, I should say. But if you want to try, feel free to do so. But yeah, a 0.7, like 7.4, whatever it ends up being, a second Ignite is very, very manageable, especially with all of the reduced damage over time from Soul of Arakali, from Heartstopper. Some people take like Leith Shade, for instance, or Lethe Shade. So, and that is an option as well, because that's 2 points up from this here. I've changed my pathing a little bit. I had to change one of my rings out for a higher strength one because I dropped some points around here. I do not need a second power charge, even though the melee damage is really nice, or a 4th power charge. I'm just way over capped. What I could potentially do is take the power charge and drop the diamond flask and replace that with a unique flask, like a Taste of Hate, for instance. Could be very good. So there are options. But yeah, dropping the depth perception, acuity, and accuracy mastery opened up a lot. Another change I made is that I was able to recraft my cluster jewel. It didn't take long. It was like 6 crafts to get this. I got very lucky. I was actually aiming for strength because I dropped strength from here, and I have a level 21 ancestral war chief, which requires 159 compared to like 152, I think, or something for a level 21. So I needed a little bit more strength. I was trying to get strength, but I ended up rolling this monster of a cluster jewel, which is 3% attack and cast speed, 3% damage, 35% increased effect, and 7 cold resist. So each point here is worth 20% damage, 4% attack and cast speed, and 9 cold resist. So these are very, very efficient points. These are probably going to be like each point, getting this point still is like a 6.4 or something, or 5.4 or 6.4 damage increase just for this point. So this is more powerful than, say, like getting Intimidate, just one of these points. And it's, yeah, really, really strong. And the only reason I bring that up is because Zish talks about Intimidate a lot, but with Yoke, Intimidate is the same kind of damage you get from like Mark the Prey, Shock, and Yoke. So it's actually additive on those, and it only ends up being in my version of the build and how I have things set up with Yoke, Shock, and Mark the Prey. It only ends up being like 4.1% more damage, which is still really good for a point, don't get me wrong. But yeah, this cluster jewel is better, and like just some jewels are going to be better than that. So I think that's really good. I still don't have any double damage. I'm still rocking a really, really bad lethal pride, like totem damage here, life here, armor here, regen here. I think it's the exact same thing, except now I lost the strength and melee damage that I had. So reduced damage from crit strikes is good. Melee crit chance, 5 physical tankiness fire is really good. I have a lot of that now. Melee damage and crit strike chance. So like 60 crit strike chance, 40% damage, 4% life, some regen. Yeah, it's and then Fizz taking his fire. So it's fine, but it's not great. I'd rather have like multi, and there's some other stuff I'd rather have on there. And obviously double damage is a big one because that is very, very strong. But don't have that. Don't have my Watcher's Eye. I don't even have my my ring. I ran a bunch of the synthesis maps, and I just kept getting Circle of Regret. So I have a bunch of these. This is a decent one. It's got damage per frenzy charge, 4 to 7 cold per frenzy, and you know, I just got a bunch of Circles of Regret. So unfortunately, and I got, you know, various things like that, but I wasn't able to get a Circle of Fear, the one that I wanted. Unfortunately, I'll have to buy one. So still missing a lot of damage. No Watcher's Eye, but I did upgrade my jewels as well. So I have this one. I needed more attack speed. I had too much of some other stuff, not enough attack speed. So I got this one with double attack speed. It's not great rolls, but I still needed the 8% projectile speed. And then I just got claw damage. And then this one was also an upgrade, and it's almost identical to the other one actually. This one is freeze multi, crit multi, which I need more of, cold damage, and it actually has an open suffix, so I can exalt slam that. But I'm fresh out of exalts from crafting the hits can't be evaded, so I'll have to buy up some more exalts to do that. Hopefully I hit something solid. It's a suffix, so it can't be life, but I think there's like 2 multi rolls I can hit on suffixes and a couple of damage rolls I could potentially hit. So that's pretty potentially nice. And other than that, that's pretty much it. Oh, that's not true. Oh, wow, I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. I've been running this whole time without having my... I've been missing 40% increased damage and 53% evasion for like for ages now. So that's not super good. Almost up to 2,800 evasion. Should be able to hit over 30,000 when I get Defiance Banner. So with these, I was able to drop the Mana Mastery up here, which I didn't mention. So drop the Mana Mastery, drop Precision, and then I just added on Defiance Banner, and I have more mana left over than I did before. So I can't quite fit another 40%. I tried to fit Haste in. I think I could fit Haste in if I got reservation on all of my jewel slots, potentially. Maybe. So there is potential there. I can't quite, even with the Mana Mastery I tried, I can't quite fit Haste on with that. So maybe some combination of that would be fun or fine, but for now Defiance Banner is good enough. Haste is just, you know, quality of life type stuff. So very, very strong stuff here. Getting to the point where I am close, but even with my, where are you? Even with Southbound, I don't quite reach the freeze threshold I need to do Ubers. So I'm either going to have to get a Southbound with an additional frenzy charge, which would put me pretty close to that, or I just need my Watcher's Eye and some double damage is what it really comes down to. I'm really close. I think like maybe 2 levels, and I can get like this last node, and I can get you know, maybe some other stuff going on. Actually, one more level and a little bit of gearing, farm up a little bit more currency, and I should be able to do Ubers, and I'll report back when I've done that. Overall, the Vengeance Cascade version has been very good. Keep in mind that Ubers would be a little bit easier out not doing the Vengeance Cascade, because you could replace this whole cluster jewel and all 4 of these points. So this whole cluster jewel would be like a damage cluster jewel of some point type, either another non-damaging ailments. In this one I have, oh, I didn't even go over this, a little all over the place still, but Astonishing Affliction and Eye of the Storm. Eye of the Storm's not really super great, but I did the same kind of thing I did with this, where I just alt spammed until I hit Astonishing Affliction, and then I, you know, regaled to try to hit a third, or to hit another notable until I got one I could use. This one has increased effective non-damaging ailments with crit strike and 40% crit chance, but like I said, I am super overcapped on the crit strike chance. I would rather have the one, I don't remember what it's called, but it increases shock effect against chilled enemies and increases chill effect against shocked enemies. That one would be a lot more useful, but this isn't too bad anyway, because that's 35% if I recall, whereas this is only 20%, and the 40% crit strike chance is mostly wasted, I believe. But yeah, I could go for another one of those, and then it would be very easy, because with another Astonishing Affliction, freezing and southbound, freezing the Ubers should be no problem at all. So yeah, I might swap out of the Vengeance Cascade. I might switch Vengeance Cascade out for as an anoint for Breath of Rhyme. I still have, actually, I think I could make a Breath of Rhyme right now if I wanted to, because I did so much farming of oils earlier on in the season. So yeah, I'll probably end up doing that if I can't do Ubers with the Vengeance Cascade version. But I am very confident I'll be able to do Ubers with this. And that is what I'm going to do for the next time. And then I'm going to start working on my next build. But first, I'm probably going to do like another tips video, a more generalized video, because people ask me a ton of questions that I think are... like I talk about how to do things in my guide, but I don't always go over exactly how to do them, like how to, for instance, farm your betrayal to get your betrayal crafts, how to set things up to do your synthesis and your legions and all that kind of stuff that could be very useful in the very beginning of the league, when, you know, there's still scarcity and people aren't just selling everything yet, or if you decide to go solo self-found. That kind of stuff is, you know, useful to know. So I think I am going to do a video talking about basically all the minutia, how to make every step, and how to like transition your gear, and at which phases you should be doing what type thing, when you should be respecking your atlas tree, going into things, when you should add your cluster jewel, when you should spec out of a lyra, for instance, and get your 2 extra skill points, all of that stuff. So I'm going to have a video covering that, and then also a video showcasing my setup to do Ubers when I get that done. So that should be coming out within the next couple of days, both of those. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and this is the last daily, kind of daily, missed a couple of days, but the last League Start update for the build, and I will see you next time. Bye.